So I assume you either came here from my non-spoilery review, or you just clicked on this because you saw that I read this book and you want to talk about this book, so let's just do that. Disclaimer, when I say that I got angry, doesn't mean that I didn't like the book. The book was great. Again, it just made me angry, which is not a bad thing. People keep like being disappointed that I got angry at this. No! I can get angry at the book and still be happy. I can dislike the main character or think she's irrational and still like the book. Do I think she's irrational? Hell yeah! She's a fucking bitch at the end of it. Like, I'm sorry, but the 180 of the character was really, I don't know. I didn't take notes and I didn't tab the book because that was prior to my tabbing days, so I don't remember everything I wanted to mention, most likely. This is not going to be chronological then, let's just say that at least. So let's start with my favorite bit of them all. My favorite part by far was when oh, I wish I marked the page. See, tabbing. When Katherine, after, you know, Jess got like all chopped up and stuff, he said like, are you so, basically in the gist, right, he said, are you so stupid to think that you're the only one who was in love with him? And I was like, yes, I knew it. I knew there must be a reason why he was so nasty to Katherine, and like, no matter how educated or smart you are, you still cannot sometimes, you know, rationalize your jealousy, and he was jealous. And it makes so much more sense after you realize that it was jealousy that made him treat Katherine in the way that he did, and it wasn't because of Katherine, it was because what Katherine was to Jess. I hope his name is Jess because I kept saying that, but I'm crap with names. Maybe it's Jess. No, that's Gilmore Girls. So at the end of it, they just dropped this bomb that seems so obvious now when they mention it, but I actually didn't see it coming, and maybe that just shows that my mind can be closed-minded sometimes. I did suspect it at some point, but I just thought that he's like a complicated character because he is mad, but he wasn't mad at that time, so I should have thought that there was something more going on. But yeah, Hatter was in love with Jess, and that made so much more sense, and I just loved it. Like, it changed my perspective around that character 180, because honestly, at first I was like, what a dick. Katherine is doing nothing to like disrespect him or anything, and he's just treating her like trash. But it made so much more sense when you realize that he was in love with her. It was a great twist, and I really appreciate it. Let's speak about the part that made me angry. Don't get me wrong, throughout the whole book, I absolutely adored Katherine. I thought she was really, really nice. I did not particularly agreed with her basically toying with Jess. I know it's hard to stand up to your parents, especially if those parents are not horrible parents, although like that's a separate story in itself. I do think they were horrible. It was really, really fucking weird when they said, oh, but like, you don't have to marry the king, your happiness is all that matters to me. Are you like fucking kidding me? Throughout the whole book, the only problem that Katherine had was you not listening to what she wants and you wanting to have basically a daughter that was a queen. And I was like, and then afterwards, like, she had like a massive breakdown, and that's when you say, no, we just care that you're happy. And you're like, but no, you're supposed to always care if your daughter is happy. And that was just so out of character. Like, I mean, I get why. Even before that, they could see that she wasn't happy. She told them that she wasn't happy. Granted, not enough. She only tried maybe once or twice, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you're just toying with Jess, and I don't like it. I wish she was a bit more forthcoming with her parents and maybe sat down and actually told them how severely unhappy she is, although I know at that age, parents usually probably assume that you don't know what's best for you, and her parents were not evil. They were just wanting what's best for her, but obviously in a really, really wrong manner. So she was sweet, but I could already see that she's quite naive, because obviously the girl didn't have to work a day. My card was full, I had to change it, and my battery died, I had to change that too. Katherine seemed like a spoiled girl, very, very generous towards other people and creatures really, but still nonetheless spoiled, and just in general quite clueless about life and, you know, real life. But that's why she had Marianne, and Marianne was nothing but a great friend. Like, I'm sorry, but if my best friend, in my mind, and she's a very rational person, but if your best friend goes missing with the guy you really don't know, and I don't care that Katherine was in love with him and she obviously trusted him, from Marianne's perspective, It was a stranger she hasn't even met. Sounds dodgy because she's like stealing her from her home to go to like amazing tea parties, but like still, you know what I mean. Your best friend is in love. She's not particularly rational, but Marianne is extremely rational, and she is just afraid for her safety, and she saw her getting injured by the jabba person. She goes missing basically with the guy that she doesn't know and doesn't particularly trust. Of course she's gonna be worried about her. It wasn't like she wasn't keeping the secret until that point. Yes, she was. She wasn't ranting her out, but when it comes to her safety, obviously that's more important than keeping something a secret. I mean, like, come on. And I understand why Katherine was angry with Marianne, but I don't understand why other readers are angry with Marianne, because excuse me, would you not do the same? You would be you would be literally a shit friend if you didn't tell the responsible adult about where you think your missing friend is. I mean, come on! And like, I don't understand this hatred for Marianne that other people are feeling, like as if, oh, I would never forgive her. Like, obviously you'd be pissed because you're a teenager or like a young adult or whatever, and like, but you'd get over it if you have any sort of common sense. Obviously she's gonna tell people she wants you to be safe. Can you tell that annoyed me? And this is where my most anger came from. From then on, Katherine literally treats Marianne as she's trash. And it annoys me to no end that her treating her as trash literally affects her everything, because she's a maid and she's basically lost her job, her only means of income. Not only did she lose that, but she lost her best friend for something that she's done as she was supposed to do. What a shit friend Katherine was, even before she got her heart like stolen, which is another stupid decision. I mean, I get the wish for revenge, but I mean, like, it's retarded. That's what I'm gonna say. I get it. I don't say it should have been different with the Heartless, and you know, it's obviously we have to end up at that place because it has to be preceded by Alice in Wonderland. That made me really, really angry, how she treated Marianne after, in my eyes, the girl did nothing wrong. And afterwards, she just obviously, can you imagine, you lost your job, you lost your only best friend that's basically your boss, which is not a great relationship if you ask me, is all sorts of intimidated, and she's feeling very lost, and she has her like crazy hatter's hat on that makes her dreamy, and she goes and tries to fix the problem that wouldn't be a problem if Katherine only listened to her when she said that she suspects that Peter has something to do with the jabba dabba dabba. I don't remember the name of the monster, but basically the monster. And don't get me wrong, I know she's only blaming Marianne. She's not actually blaming Marianne, it's just an outlet to her frustration. She knows full well that it's her fault, although like you can talk about faith and how everything was predicted prior to that, and maybe it was just like not avoidable, you know, same as Hatter going mad. The universe is just written in stone basically, because it was literally written on the stone. She was always such a genuine person that always cared about other people. So tell me, how does, be it an extreme tragedy, but how does one tragedy change her complete personality? Like, I know it's absolutely possible, but tell me it's not selfish to, knowing that you're gonna become a queen, exchange your heart for revenge when your heartless self is gonna rule over the entire kingdom, in turn making all the citizens of that kingdom suffer? Tell me, how does that not make you mad? Please tell me. I know people are heartbroken, and I understand why, but I'm hoping that this video is gonna make you understand why I am mad. Because I think she just treated Marianne extremely unfairful. It made me angry. I'm not gonna lie. That being said, I love to hate the character. You know what I mean. It's still an amazing book, but yeah, there were so many more amazing parts of the book that I'm not speaking about, but I'm just speaking about the main event and how it made me feel, and I've spoken like for a while now, so I think I'm gonna end it up here. I mean, it makes it more interesting. You don't usually have a main character that you don't like. I don't like Katherine at the end of it. I have mixed emotions. Like, I obviously understand, and I'm not saying I would act differently. I would probably be selfish, and I would probably be pissed, and I would probably do all these horrible things. And then it would also be fine for other people to judge me for it. So So yeah, those are my thoughts. I hope somebody agrees with me, and let me know what you thought. Like, feel free to be all spoilery in the comments. I don't expect anyone who hasn't read this book to be in this video. I really want to hear your thoughts, and I hope you enjoyed mine. This is probably gonna be horrible to edit because I babbled for much longer than I expected. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you very, very soon.